Hi there, Chris Piercy, wedding magician, mind reader, and hypnotist, here with episode 6 of Yes Do I Do review. Now, in episode 6 of the Yes Do I Do. I'll say that again. The Yes Do I Do podcast, we had Mark Gerard on, who's a stalwart of the wedding industry, having been a DJ for 25 years, I think. You've got to listen to this episode in full just for the stories. We did have some technical difficulties with regards to the audio, but the stories you can tell are absolutely hilarious. So if nothing else, go and listen to the episode for the stories. Now, with regards to the episode itself, the topic of the conversation was the things that you don't realise that your wedding suppliers do. There's quite a number of things in here, and once again, it did kind of ties back to what Sadie Osborne said in her episode about having that connection and people willing to do more if you could get on with them better. But it's also touched quite a bit on the difference between hiring a professional for your wedding and compared to hiring an amateur or someone who's not been doing it very long or whatever it might be. So the conclusion we came to is that when you book a professional, they just get weddings that little bit more, so they are aware of different things about the venue. So that can be something as simple as directing guests to the toilet or something like that, which kind of help things, or it can be more in depth, like by actually helping kind of carry a cake in, or it can be kind of ushering people, making sure people are in the right places at the right time for photos, or just helping with the general kind of running of the day. And obviously suppliers coordinate within themselves, and so the more well-known or the more professional of suppliers, the more chance there is that they're going to actually know the other suppliers that are going to be working on the day. So it's things like that, and it's also things about going above and beyond the call of duty. For instance, I've actually given wedding guests a lift home at the end of a performance rather than having to kind of shell out, I think it would have been about £30 or £40 for a taxi. I was driving past where they needed to go, gave them a lift home. So it's things like that an amateur or less professional wedding supplier might not get, or someone who you don't have that connection with won't quite understand as well. So that was basically it in a nutshell. That you are, when you're paying a bit of extra money for someone who's been doing it longer or is a professional, it's not just a case of, this is costing extra money for the same service. You are going to get a better quality of service because you're going to have you're going to have a more professional person doing it. Someone who gets weddings, who understands the venues, who's probably been there kind of countless times before, knows the ins and outs of it, knows the staff, and knows how everything runs, know their running order, and can actually help your guests on the day itself. So that's basically what we covered in the episode. So that was about it. 4 ways in which I can help you with your wedding planning. Number 1, listen to this episode, particularly for the stories. The stories are amazing. The second thing I can do is you can check out my blogs. That's www.chrispiercymagic.co.uk/blog. I've got different blogs about various different things that help you on your day. Number 3, you can buy my book. List for Wedding Planning, Becoming a Stoic Bride. This is not a book about how to plan your wedding, but it is a book about how to learn to fall in love with your wedding. Nice and easy. It's an easy to read. I've got an editor to make it even easier to read. So it's a combination of my knowledge of weddings, my knowledge of being a cognitive behavioural hypnotherapist, and my love of Stoic philosophy, all combined together to teach you the perfect mindset for wedding planning so that you will not get stressed about anything on your day and you'll actually love your wedding planning process. And the 4th and final way in which I can help with your wedding planning or with your wedding is to be there as a performer. Like I said, I'm a magician, mind reader and hypnotist. I'm very good at making people happy. So I can keep the day flowing at the times when it's a bit quieter, give talking points to guests who don't know each other, and just generally create that fun atmosphere that every wedding should have. So if you are interested in that, find out more about what I do by visiting www.chrispiercymagic.co.uk/wedding-magician. There is a link to all of these things either above or below this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you for another video soon.